Attractive women over 50 don't just look and feel amazing by accident. These are 10 things that they always do, and it's probably not what you think. Hello, gorgeous girl, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Tracy. I'm 50 years old, and I'm a lover of all things fitness, wellness, beauty. And one thing that I know for sure, especially at this age of 50, is that there are certain things, certain qualities, certain habits, certain traits that attractive women over 50 seriously always do. And today we are gonna dive right in. The first thing attractive women over 50 do is they eat like they love themselves. It's not about restriction. It's not about trying to be perfect. And it's not also about rushing and hurrying all the time. When a woman is really attractive, it's more of an energy that she carries herself with, being confident in herself, being secure in herself. So you will not see her eating McDonald's in a car or eating a sandwich on the street. We are so much better than that. We deserve so much better than that. So this is what I like to call eating elegantly. And I talk all about this in my weight loss course. We really teach women to practice what I like to call the art of eating, which means we sit down, we are present with our food, we actually take the time to enjoy it. Scrolling on social media, look, we've all been guilty, but that's not gonna help your digestion, having that constant switching and changing. You don't know if you're gonna be happy or laughing or crying or see something kind of scary, right? So it's really about you taking the time for yourself, eating whole foods, things that you know are gonna support your energy, things that you know are gonna make you look and feel your best. The next thing that attractive women over 50 always do is that they know sort of their signature style. It's not about chasing trends. I mean, honestly, who's got time to chase trends anymore? So we don't need to do that. But it is about knowing what really makes you look and feel your best. I'll tell you, anytime I do a fashion video here on YouTube, it's often very polarizing. People get very angry because, I might say wear wide leg jeans and someone will say I love my skinny jeans. If you feel you're most confident in skinny jeans, even if the trend is wide leg, then that is exactly what you should do. Because if you feel you're most confident, if you feel the most like you, that is key, especially at this age and stage. If you don't already know sort of your signature look, I would look at your closet. What are you drawn to? Or maybe go to Pinterest and find images, and you probably will find that there is a common thread within it. Now, our styles absolutely do change. I've spoken about this recently in a video. I used to be really into boho, kind of rich hippie, luxe look, but now I'm really gearing more towards the classics, more simple pieces, because at this point in my life, I want to shine more than just what I'm wearing, if that makes sense. So get into your closet. You might need to edit or do a little pull, or maybe enlist a friend or get a stylist or someone at your favorite store to kind of help you out if you do need a little bit of an update. But what's really key and truly the most attractive quality is that confidence of knowing this is my look, I love it, and I really feel my best in it. Attractive women always know that we make our health a luxury, not a chore. Here's the thing, attractive women over 50 really know that if we don't have our health, we have nothing. And I hate using the term midlife, but the fact of the matter is we've already lived 50 years or 50 plus years. We don't really know how many more years we're gonna have left. I like to think I'm still gonna have at least 60 more left. But the point is, health is a necessity. And the way I feel about my health and my wellness has completely changed, especially over the age of 45. So instead of making your health or your healthy choices a burden or another thing that you have to do, we try to find ways to make it actually more luxurious, and in fact, something that we look forward to. Something as simple as lighting a candle while you're doing your skincare, or a little hack that I do is I just kind of always have music playing in the background of my house so that there's always just sort of a vibe in my house, no matter if I'm washing the dishes, unloading the dishwasher, doing skincare, or taking my supplements. And so for me, one of the easiest ways that I make my health feel like a luxury is with Kion aminos. So if you've been here a while, you know I am super particular about supplements, but I'm also really passionate about supplements and finding the ones that actually work, do what they say, and produce results for me. And one of those is Kiana aminos. I take them every single day. And what I love is that all 9 essential amino acids is in the perfect ratio that your body needs. It's basically the active part of protein, so your body uses it right away, which is especially important for those of us like me that are in menopause, or if you yourself are in perimenopause. And I love that there's no extra calories, fillers, no junky ingredients, and you also don't get that bloated feeling that some more traditional protein powders can give you. So what I've noticed since I've been using my Kiana aminos, and it's been probably about like 8 months now, so this is not new to me, is that I feel stronger in my workouts, I recover faster, I definitely have noticed an increase in my lean muscle mass. Oh, and by the way, did I say how delicious they taste? My favorite is the mango. I love the mango. I literally drink it every single day. And even if it's a rest day or I skip a workout that day, I still take my Kiana aminos. They're sugar-free, non-GMO, vegan, and so easy to digest. So it's no excuses and it's simple. So if you're over 40 or 50 and you want to feel stronger, leaner, and more energized in your body, I definitely recommend that you give Kiana aminos a try. I'll leave the link below in the description box and you can save 20%. Oh, and yes, they have a 60-day money-back guarantee, so there's really no risk at all. Another habit that attractive women over 50 constantly do is they move their bodies daily. Why? Movement is truly the fountain of youth. Now, I'm not talking about doing a crazy like boot camp style workout or something super intense every day. In fact, if we do something super intense every day, we might start breaking down our body. But I'm talking about just being active, getting in that NEAT. I talk about this literally all the time, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It just means being active, you know, taking the stairs, parking a little bit farther away, going on daily walks, making sure that you're stretching, doing something like Pilates, right? In addition to, of course, doing some cardiovascular activity to protect our heart health, along with some strength and resistance training. Now, this doesn't have to be complicated. You know, in my fitness membership and community, Total Body Transformation, our workouts are from 10 minutes to 30 minutes. That's it. Every single one of us can fit in just 10 minutes in a day. And that truly, like I said, is the fountain of youth. If you want to feel more confident, if you want to feel stronger, if you want to be leaner, if you want to really look and feel your best at any age, movement is the key. Basically, think about like someone that's old and really has like an injured body. Their posture's down, they're not moving as gracefully, they're not as fluid in their movements, they've lost flexibility, they've lost strength, right? And sadly, that could happen because maybe they did have a serious health condition. We want the opposite of that, right? We want to feel vitality. We want to feel strength. We want to feel flexibility. So really, really, no matter what age or stage you are in right now, because I'm telling you, you can improve at any age, get up and get active. It is key. Attractive women always invest in skincare. I'm not talking about trying every single trendy product that's out there or going into a social media hole with all the skincare advice out there, but using ingredients and products that you know work and are effective for your skin type at this age and at this stage of life. Now for me, it's really, really simple. A gentle cleanser, serums that hydrate or treat my skin. And I love serums because you can layer them. They're light, they absorb easily, and their effectiveness is really top in my opinion. And then some kind of a moisture, whether that be ceramides. I love my also estrogen cream that I put all over my face. And do not forget your sunscreen. You know, I recently was at an event and they used a UV LED light to show underneath your skin. Let's just say that was humbling, like seriously humbling, because my whole face was just like covered in freckle face underneath the surface because of sun damage. So that was just all I needed to see to remind myself, slather on the sunscreen. But my point is, invest in your skincare, it matters. And remember another hot tip, our face does not end here. It's also our neck and our chest. You've got to treat those areas as well, and also your hands. If you want to trick people into finding you more attractive, thinking that you are the most confident woman in the room and just being more magnetic, this is it. You want to treat any event, any party, or even if it's a meeting that you have been invited to as though it's your party. So hear me out. I have a very, very good friend, my friend Lynn, hi Lynn, and she gave me this advice and I was like, oh my goodness, that is it. Now I'm extroverted, I love talking to people, but sometimes you can feel a little bit awkward, a little bit shy, right? So if you're going somewhere, let's say it's an event, you want to act as though you are hosting the event. What I mean is, if you're hosting an event, you're going to go up to everyone. Hi, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see you. Maybe pay them a compliment or blah, blah, blah. Walk right over to someone. If it's your party, hi, I'm Tracy. So nice to meet you. It takes away that awkwardness, that uncomfortableness that honestly all of us can have at this point, right? And it just makes it so much easier to really feel like I'm in this room. I have a place in this room. You're not taking over, and maybe it's like a business meeting and someone else is leading it, but it just means that you are giving that like sort of warm energy. This, in my opinion, is such a power key. And I truly, truly feel that this is one of the beautiful benefits of aging, because with age, we are more confident in ourselves. And there's not that like 20, should I really be here? It's like, no, I should be here. I am here and I'm so happy to be here. And I'm going to add something to every single room that I walk into. You have got to try this. And when you do, let me know in the comments, because I think this one alone, gold. So thank you, Lynn. I kind of hit on this one a little bit earlier, but your posture speaks volumes. And unfortunately, so many of us are, crouched over screens or staring at phones all day. So we kind of have this sort of like rounded, kind of humpy posture. And it's just not good. Again, collarbones wide, abdominals in, feel that imaginary cord of energy. And that's the posture, the energy that we want to live in our day-to-day life. It makes such a difference if you kind of are like, down like this, or even if you're trying to be like that cool kind of slumpy posture, it's not cool. You're better off just like really holding that space. Also, your body is sending a message to your brain when you're standing tall. You guys all remember the superhero pose? There was that TED Talk years ago that was super, super viral. And it was like, yeah, because your body gives our mind messages. So if you're walking around trying to make yourself smaller, questioning if you should be here, you're just not giving that energy and that message to your brain of, I am here, I deserve to be here, and I love my life, and I love being here in this room with you, and I love who I am, and I love who I'm becoming. Completely different energy, right? So focus on your posture. One of the best things that you can do is Pilates. I know I talk about it all the time, but I've been certified to teach Pilates since 1999. It's truly one of the best things that you can do. And also it really helps your body stay youthful, flexible, strong, and you can really do it at any age of life. Now, I bet you didn't think we were gonna go here, but attractive women over 50 cultivate financial independence, even if you have a partner. Now, I know this might ruffle some feathers here, but in my opinion, abundance is energy, right? Money is really just energy. It flows, right? And I really, it's something that I really worked on a lot when I was in my early 20s to sort of change my financial mindset and just how I thought about things. Because let's face it, most of us, we were raised however we were raised, right? Some of you might have been lucky enough to have that kind of mindset growing up. I, on the other hand, was not. So it really was something I had to actively cultivate to change. And I really think, in my opinion, money is freedom. It just means the ability to make choices for yourself, for your family, to, kind of create the kind of life and world that you want, right? You have more money, you can make donations to places that are important to you. You can, vacation and have experiences with your family. You don't have to stress out about every single little thing, right? And I have been there when all of those things were not happening. Now, I understand everyone lives in different parts of the world, and it can be different depending on where you are watching this, but even if just energetically you start operating from that place of abundance, there's always more than enough. I'm telling you, it really changes something. And it changes not only your relationship with yourself, but your relationship with others, where instead of operating from a scarcity mindset, which is very closed, very shut off, very like kind of fearful, where it's just like, it's good. It's all good. I always have more than enough. There's always more than enough. So try that on for size if you're not already. This one, if you had told me this when I was in my 20s, it was like the exact opposite of what I thought. But attractive women are actually super generous with compliments. Again, I think this is one of the beautiful blessings of aging is, you know, the girl that I was in my 20s was so threatened by other pretty people in the room, or, you know, oh, is my boyfriend gonna look at that girl or leave me for that girl? I mean, honestly, I think the problem was the boyfriends I was choosing at the time, but that's a whole other conversation. But the truth of the matter is, you know, again, with age and wisdom, we have that confidence in ourselves. And there's nothing better than like lighting up someone's day by just being like, wow, you're so pretty, you're beautiful, like I love that outfit, you look amazing today, right? Now, it's not just about physical looks, right? But at the end of the day, look, we're women and we all do like hearing that, especially from the girlies, right? I don't necessarily want to hear that from a man, but if a girl comes up to me and is like, oh my God, I just have to tell you, I love your outfit, I have like a little smile on my face the whole day because it was intentional, right? I will go up to strangers on the street or waiters and just be like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty, you know? It's like, and it's kind of like hard to get used to doing that at first, but then once you work that muscle, meaning because you don't know how it's going to be taken, right? But once you get used to doing that, it's just such a beautiful feeling because you're being so generous with your energy, with your light, with your love. And I'm telling you, it kind of just makes your whole vibe change and the vibe of the people around you because you're known, again, as someone who's pleasant to be around. You make the world and the room that you're in just a little bit brighter. And that, my friends, is super, super attractive. And finally, attractive women over 50, they maintain strong friendships. This is something I think people don't talk about enough. You know, there tends to be this sort of conversation that like making friends over 30 is hard or making friends as an adult is hard. And I so disagree with that. Now, friends aren't going to come knocking on your door if you're in the market for some new friends, right? You got to get out there. If you want to make new friends, you got to get out there. But also nurturing the friendships that you already have. I have a very good friend who sometimes will just like send me a text and be like, I love you, you know, or like today, for instance, I had a friend who I know was going to kind of have like a little bit of a rougher or potentially rough morning. I just sent her like a 3-line text message like, hey, just thinking about you today, sending you love. I love you so much. Like just these small little things. But number one, we got to nurture the friendships we have. Look, we're all busy. We have 8 million things on our plate. But at the end of the day, it's really proven when we study like the blue zones that they have a really strong social network. So if you want to live healthy, well, attractive, and really be that best version of yourself, nurture those friendships you have. And it's never too late to start looking for new friends. Ever. You know, and in order to do that, what do you do? Well, whatever you're interested in. Maybe go to some new workout classes or join a book club or, I don't know, go to some restaurant openings. Just be open. And that's the kind of energy that, again, is very, very magnetic and attractive. So there you have it, ladies. I really had fun preparing for this video and this conversation today because it's not just about the physicality, but it's about really who we're being on so many levels. So I want to hear from you. Let's get active in the comments. We have such an incredible community here, over 350,000 women all over the world. Let me know which habit or trait that you found most surprising and which one are you also going to implement. Let me know down below. And if I forgot one, then definitely leave me a comment down below. And if you want to keep hanging with me here on YouTube, check out this video next. I'll see you there.